Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Dr. Muhammad Al-Mahdi. I'm a surgical oncology consultant from Masr Institute Hospital for Research and Treatment. And I will start with first lecture, Introduction to Clinical Research and Biostatistics in Oncology. It's a pleasure me to present this lecture at your elegant workshop. I will start with clinical research, importance of clinical research, and we will run through study design and how we select a research question, and finally some definitions of important statistics in the field of oncology. How to improve patient lives by clinical care, by teaching next generations, and by research. Importance of clinical research. Research and patient care are related activities. Increasing research involvement improve patient care. Simple data helps patient better. Health outcome helps in decision making. Practicing evidence-based medicine improve quality of treatment of patient. The main reasons for publication, we can use SULTAN. SULTAN stands for study requirement for MD or master thesis. Utmost needs for hiring, promotions, increased salary, long-term susceptibility, academic career, top ranking position, being counselor, advancement of courses, education, health economy, name and fame. Some researchers do research for their name and fame. Thus, publishing negative results is important. Actually, negative results are difficult and difficult to find acceptance for your submission. But at the other side, some of the most important publications in academic medicine have a negative outcome. Both positive and negative results help to build our knowledge. Barriers to publication: lack of time, lack of financial support, lack of aptitude, lack of team to support the research, perception that research is fancy activity with unnecessary waste of time, lack of adequate training in research methodology. The best tips for improving research: educating students on the benefit of research, providing incentives in the form of financial rewards for publication, encouraging students to network with other researchers, regular research meeting and updates, conducting medical writing, editing workshop, encourage students to attend scientific conference and learn how to the mentors present, balancing the faculty clinicals and research commitments. A research question is the central theme of scientific experiments around which everything revolves. What is the final criteria for research question? If feasible, possible to use enough patients with this illness, financially a project is possible, outcome can be measured, sample size not a problem. I stands for interesting. This is research question is interesting for your peers, may interest funding agencies, will help your community. Novel, as the study confirms previously done results, this proves earlier studies with extension of previously done experiments. Ethically, studies complies with institutional reviews, board requirement, and safe for patient are relevant. Will be useful for day-to-day practice, and it will be useful for patient care. Another criteria for research question is MAPS criteria. M, which stands for manageable, A, appropriate, B, publishable, S, systematic. What is the commonest method used to break down a research question? P, population or disease, age, gender, ethnicity with certain disorder, intervention or variable of interest, exposure to the disease, risk behavior, prognostic factor. C, comparison could be placebo or other illness or other risk factor or prognostic factor. Outcome, risk of the disease, accuracy of diagnosis, occurrence, and adverse outcome. T, time takes to demonstrate outcome, for how long the participants will be observed. Example of a research question: can we improve the treatment outcome of metastatic pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma through precision medicine guided by a combination of genetic and proteomic information of the tumor? Observational studies, descriptive, case control, and case series studies, and analytical like ecological, cross-sectional, case control, or cohort studies. Other types of study design may be observational, experimental, meta-analysis. The advantage of descriptive studies provide information regarding extents of the disease, may suggest clue to its etiology, provide background data for planning, contributes to the research by describing the illness in relation to time, place, and person. Analytical study, the objective of this kind of study is to test a hypothesis and include the specific subject of interest. Analytical studies like ecological, cross-sectional, case control, or cohort. Ecological studies, these are observational studies often used to measure the prevalence and the incidence of the disease, particularly when the disease is rare, quite easy to conduct, and restrictive in nature. Case control compares the population with a certain medical condition with another group of people who don't have the disease but otherwise similar to the study of the population. Example of case control studies are patient with cervical carcinoma and another group patient with no cervical carcinoma. Each group was exposed to human papillomavirus vaccine, and we will follow each group for to discover the disease present or no, and we detect the disease prevalence and incidence in each group. Cross-sectional studies, there is no retrospective, these are also retrospective studies, and the prevalence of the disease, they are economically and easy to conduct. Cross-sectional studies looks at present only, there is no follow-up period, nor an assessment of subject of the study. The example of cross-sectional study where our sample or population exposed exposed to the outcome, exposed to the effect and non-exposed, and we will follow to the groups for developing outcome or no developing outcome. Experimental studies is a similar approach to cohort study except that it's carried out under direct control of the investigator aim to provide systematic proof of either etiological or risk factor of the disease, the modification of which can control it. Epidemiological and interventional research studies include three elements: definition and measure exposure in two or more groups, measure of the disease outcome in the same group, statistical comparison made between groups, and to assess potential relationship between exposure and outcome, all of which are defined by the researcher. Randomized controlled trial is a study performed to avoid any bias while testing for the efficacy of a drug. Like AG study, population randomly divided into two groups, of which one receives the drug under the study and the other receive placebo and acts as a control group. Basic steps for randomized controlled trial is writing protocol, selecting the normal and experimental population, randomization, intervention in the study group and the placebo group, follow-up, measure outcome of interest. The example of study design of randomized controlled trial. We select suitable population and select sample size and make necessary exclusions, and we randomize the experimental group and control group and manipulate and follow up for outcome. Important definition in trials is superiority trial. It's a clinical trial designed to prove that the response to the investigational product is superior to a comparable active agent or placebo control. Non-inferiority trial, a study to determine if the treatment is none worse than the currently accepted treatment. Equivalence trial is a randomized controlled trial in which two distinct agents are compared head-to-head against each other and sometimes, but not always, against inert agents like placebo as well. If two agents work equally well, the treatment that is less expensive, better tolerated, or more easily administered may be preferable to use. Intention to treat analysis. This is analysis used to eliminate bias in the study. Such analysis favored in assessing effectiveness as they mirror non-compliance and treatment changes likely to occur when the intervention is used in practice. And because the risk of attribution bias when participants are excluded from analysis. Intention to treat analysis, in other words, once randomized, always analyze. In another definition, clinical trial in which results from all randomized patients are included whether or not they actively participated in the complete study. Pair protocol analysis, simply it is opposite of intention to treat analysis. It is a set of data generated by a subset of subjects in clinical trial whose compliance with protocol is tight enough to ensure their Data would likely accelerate effective treatment according to underlying scientific model. Why we need to study medical statistics? Basic requirement of medical research, update medical knowledge, data management and treatment. Statistics are key to preventing errors and bias in medical research. At statistics, we put data to reach an outcome. Sample size. Adequate sample size is a prerequisite for any research program. Underpowered study may fail to detect treatment effect due to inadequate sample size. Overpowered study may lead to waste of resources or may put unnecessarily greater number of subjects at risk. Number of software calculators are available for calculation of power and sample size. Data. Data are a set of related raw information. For example, data may be demographic information about patients such as age, gender, medical condition, diagnosis. Raw information can't be used as such and requires statistical methods for better understanding and interpretation. The word statistics is generally used together with data and refers to the result of data analysis. Variable is a characteristic whose values vary. For example, serum cholesterol, creatinine, height, weight, age, color of eyes, skin of subjects vary from individual to individual and hence they are variable. Variables are measured on different scales of measure depending on their nature. Homogeneity. Homogeneity or individual have a similar values belong to the same category. For example, individuals or a Chinese woman middle age 30-40 years work in a computer factory. Homogeneity in nationality, gender, age, and occupation. Variation. The difference in feature, voice, hair, tone, weight. Through a coin, multi-face may be up, down, the variation. Treat the patient suffering from pneumonia with the same antibiotic, a part of them recovered and the other doesn't recover, the variation. The population and what is the sample? Population is a whole collection of individuals that one intend to study. A sample is a representative part of the population. Randomization is an important way to make a sample representative. Random. Random means by chance. Random event, the event may occur or may not occur in one experiment. Before one experiment, nobody is sure whether the event occur or no. Example, whether traffic accident. Probability measures the possibility of occurrence of a random event. P states that A is a random event and B probability of a random event A. Probability of random event A it equals 1, it means that this event occurs always. And if the probability is 0, states that event never occurs. Parameter, a measure of population, a measure of distribution of the population. Parameter is usually presented by Greek letter as mu, pi, and sigma. Parameters are unknown usually. To know the parameter of a population, we need to sample statistics, a measure of sample, or a measure of distribution of the sample. What is the error? Error difference between observed value and the true value. Types of error: sampling error, measurement error, observational error, systematic error. Sampling error exists in any sampling research and can't be avoided but may be estimated. Hypothesis. Hypothesis is an assumption or set of assumptions that either assert something on a provisional basis or confirm something that is highly probable in light of established fact. For example, that a new treatment for a disease is better than existing standard of care treatment. If the new treatment is B and the standard treatment is A, then hypothesis is B is better than A. In null hypothesis, we try to reject that treatment B is not better than treatment A. Null hypothesis, the hypothesis that the effective relationship or other manifestation of variables and the data under investigation doesn't exist. Example would be the hypothesis that there is no difference between experimental and control group in clinical trial. In another word, null hypothesis the proposal there is no difference between group or no association between risk group and risk factor and outcome. If null hypothesis is true, then the study findings are due to chance or random force. The purpose of typical study is to reject null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is basically assumption based on data which demonstrates an association of two events or factor in more than 95% of cases. In another way, the researcher wants to prove that there is less than 1 in 20 chance that difference between two treatment in trial could be occurred by chance. Alternative hypothesis, the opposite of null hypothesis, states that means that variance of samples being tested are not equal, which is the opposite of null hypothesis. P-value, probability of value, it is the strength of evidence on a scale between 0 and 1. A small p-value, typically than 0.05 or 5%, indicates that there is strong evidence against null hypothesis, which might lead to you to reject the null hypothesis, and there is difference. Large p-value greater than 0.05 indicates opposite that, and there is null hypothesis likely to be true. Indicates the opposite, and that is null hypothesis is likely to be true. Type 1 error or alpha error, false positive error, statistic rejection of the null hypothesis when it is true, or the error of falsely state that two proportions are significantly different when they are the same. Type 2 error, beta error, false acceptance of null hypothesis, which shows no significant difference when the true difference does exist in fact. Final research question, good research question is the backbone of research, and any further step should be initiated after formulating this. Finer and map format suggests how research questions should be assessed. The research question should be written in a liquid format for easy understanding. Biostatistics is the backbone of medical research and science update. Thank you.